Hey, this is Notser, and XP design for ranked is utter garbage. It's terrible. I gotta talk about this. Been playing ranked off and on for about a week or two, and this is the one thing that is really bugging the crap out of me. As someone who doesn't really participate in ranked that much, I'm an outsider looking in. I was shocked that it's Season 9, and this is still the implementation. As I was progressing, I figured, maybe I'm just overlooking something. Nope. No, not overlooking anything. So for anyone who's not familiar with ranked, you have the winning side gaining a star, the losing side losing a star, and you need stars to progress in rank, and each rank has progressively more star requirements. However, the top XP earner on the losing side doesn't lose a star. They don't gain one either. It's as if they didn't play the game. Now, as you might imagine, players always min-max everything, and they have min-maxed the XP, and it's not their fault. This is Wargaming's fault. It's been too long to still not have the XP designed correctly to encourage the correct play. And what is the correct play? Contesting the capture and being engaged with the enemy to cause the battle to actually progress. Okay? Any player who wants to capture or defend, you don't matter. XP isn't rewarded enough for it to justify the risk versus reward. All you need to do is shoot from 20 kilometers out, never be close to an objective, you won't even know that you're there, and get the top XP, save your star, and move on to the next game. And hopefully you'll get a DD or a radar ship that will actually know how to play the game, and you can just be there to support them. I don't want that, Wargaming. I don't think you should be punished for trying to win the game. Now, of course, long-range ships, there are definitely players who are actively trying to win the game, but they're not giving up everything to win that game. They are playing it just enough that, if we lose, well, I'm not losing. And that feels really bad for all the people who are just laying it out on the line, going in, trying to capture, trying to use radar, trying to deny it, and trying to do all that stuff for their team. And yet, you only did 50,000 damage and you died 5 minutes in? Well, you didn't do anything. Of course. Don't be ridiculous. And yet they probably made the biggest plays of the game, and yet they're not recognized because the system isn't nuanced enough to reward correctly. And I would really like it if they would fix that. Personally, I'm really tired of the meta being dictated by what's the easiest. And guess what the easiest is for this season? Long-range support ships. It's probably dominating your meta too. And I just hate it. I hate that a player who wants to play a specific ship is denied that right because they're basically never going to progress. It's too volatile. You want to play something that is predictable. The most predictable play, long-range ships. It just feels real crappy. I'm a DD player, and yes, this is coming from a DD crying the crap out of it, but there's legitimate concern here. You've got all the radar cruisers that are basically punished for being in a position that could threaten their ship. Same with the DDs. Even the aircraft carriers are punished by this system. They either have to absolutely dominate the game and win it outright by themselves, or they will never hope to ever have enough XP to save their star. It's stupid. You've got to do something, Wargaming. This can't be the final implementation of XP. It dominates the game to such a degree that it is influencing the way players do every action. Not just one action per game, every single action they might take. And this has been the case for World of Tanks, World of Warplane. Every game for Wargaming has had a little bit of a design issue with their XP. It has rewarded sort of the wrong playstyle too universally. Medium tanks in World of Tanks, they just benefit the most from the design of the game. The other classes are there. They certainly can do a little bit of damage, but they're not going to have the easiest time garnering all that scouting, the armor protection and the damage output because they don't do it as well as the mediums do. Mediums can basically replace lights with their spotting ability. They can gain all that free XP, and they game the system, of course. Wouldn't you? It's not the player's fault. None of this is the player's fault. This is on Wargaming. Can we actually get a correct implementation of XP for once, please? Couldn't we see a system that, rewards the right actions that are agreed upon pretty universally? I would say capturing a base is really important. Supporting the base capture is really important. But being in the base capture is not the most important thing. And yet there is no real reward for, being near the base capture. Being close enough that your guns matter. Why isn't there a reward like that in the game? It seems pretty normal to me that long-range ships don't want to actually capture the base, and yet that seems to be the only way you can gain from the base capture, XP-wise. What's the deal, Wargaming? Why can't there be a soft aura around these base captures that basically give you XP for your involvement in that area when it's contested, when it's captured, when you're assaulting, Why can't you just gain defender points for protecting the base? This is another thing that really drives me insane. Nobody knows how to actually play the game. And that's probably because the XP system is so poorly conceived that it doesn't actually tell you and teach you how to play the game correctly. The XP system, in my opinion, only rewards selfish play. One of the solutions that I think could be implemented and have a drastic impact on the way players play, have some sort of XP awarded for being in close proximity to the capture base, either attack or defend. I hate how players feel like they have to get 3 bases in a ranked game to win the game. No, you merely have to have more points than the enemy before the game is over. Why are you pushing into the enemy? You've all had this word for word. Why are you doing this? You've said that to your team or about your teammate, and it's stupid. We have 2 bases. They have a ship deficit. Why do we need to push into them, guys? Why are we doing this? This is stupid. I've lost probably 20 games like that in ranked this season. It's dumb. So, XP for defending, XP for attacking in close proximity. Everyone who operates near that would get just a added bonus of being interested in actually playing the objective. And I don't see anything wrong with that because that's what we want players to do. Actually play the objective and play the game. We don't want them operating at max gun range or near max gun range and not helping their team at all at the capture point. Another thing I would love to see is let's give ribbons for using radar, spotting enemies, having a ship die while under the radar effect. Spot torpedoes with hydroacoustic, spot enemies with hydroacoustic. Use smoke on a friendly that's dying. These are such simple things that you could do a quick check. Oh, is the target low? Okay, he is. Well, smoke in this instance is probably defending him. We're going to give him a little bit of an XP bump. It's not going to be crazy. This would help any and all of the ships that honestly have a huge deficit when it comes to XP. These are the cruisers that bring a lot of consumables that are very useful for capturing. Same with DDs. Same with aircraft carriers. Why are we rewarding long-range gunnery so much? Why aren't we rewarding base captures, base assaulting, base defending, consumable using skills? Why is that not a priority? That seems like the most important thing to me. Also encouraging players to protect a teammate who's dying by focusing their fire on a target that is threatening a low health target. That would be really cool. I think that would be really nice. There's so many things that Wargaming could do to improve the team aspect of the game just through manipulating a player's tendencies through reward. That's a huge deal in games, and I just think you're missing the boat, guys. You can do so much with this ribbon system. Let's do it. I want this game to succeed. I want players to play the game and feel like, oh, I'm rewarded for my action. It's teaching me what's right and what's wrong based on the XP I'm generating. Let's do it. Okay, Wargaming? Please. I know you guys do a great job, and I know you guys are absolutely super overbooked. But we gotta do something about this XP. We need players who know how to play the game, and a lot of them just don't know how to play the game because they're not taught correctly. The game isn't doing a good enough job empowering them to play it the right way. And that's definitely a really small change, but it will have a lasting impact on the way the community plays the game. I can't wait. I can't wait for that day. I can't wait when I can say, oh yeah, everything is fleshed out, everything is well designed, everything works correctly. I hope that day comes soon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.